Okay, item 6, coffee shop at 40 Broadway on page 53.
Thank you, Chairman. This is a proposal to extend the opening hours of a lawful restaurant stroke takeaway to allow trading until 11 p.m. at night. That's the full plan of the premises. Here we have the rear elevation. That's, I believe, this building here with the car park to the rear. There are flats above the premises, although it is a commercial area at ground level, and that is the premises itself. The use, or to allow the use to continue until 11 o'clock at night, in officers' assessment, wouldn't cause excessive harm to the amenities of residents in what is a commercial ground floor area, and on that basis it's recommended that consent be given. Thank you.
Okay, members? Yes, Councillor Girling.
Thank you, Chair. What I would say, particularly living in the area and using the Broadway quite a lot myself, late into the evening there are always a number of young people on motorcycles that park up on the pavement directly in front of that particular food establishment, and the later that stays open, then obviously the noise does heighten, regardless if it's a commercial area. Late into the evening there is residents that live above that, and they do expect a quiet evening once those shops are shut. My concern is that the later that stays open, the more noise will continue, because those individuals are there every evening as they hang out. And likewise, I'm all for increasing trade on a Sunday down the Broadway. It's needed, but again, I do not see it necessary to keep those establishments open 7 days a week to 11 o'clock. Thank you.
There's nowhere really for young people to go in the evenings other than the St Winston Churchill. And looking at what the Town Council suggests, opening till 10:30 in the evening, it would, to me, seem that would be a possible compromise. It is essentially a young people's cafe now. The kids are out in the street. There isn't anywhere really for them to go.
I'm thinking here about the residents who live above, and it's all very well saying things about the young people need somewhere to go, but if I lived in a flat above and somebody's house, they want to be open from 6 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night with comings and goings all the time on A5 use, I wouldn't be at all happy about it. It's quite clear the residents aren't happy about it. It seems to me if we're allowed to, we should agree reasonable times, and I would certainly say that 8 till 10 is more than adequate.
May I suggest to this committee that we go for a 9 o'clock finish on Sundays?
What are the normal hours for these sorts of uses on the Broadway? Because it seems to me, if we're not in line with that, we're going to start another run of precedents which may or may not be suitable for other properties in other parts of the Broadway. I have no problem with this in the generality, but I do think when the report relies on that, it would have been particularly useful to tell us what the comparables actually are.
Chairman, I take Councillor Wagland's point entirely. If members wanted to have specific information before making a decision, then clearly that's open to you to defer. But if regardless of any other information that comes before you, you would wish to have the hours that you presently discussed, because of the particular circumstances of this unit, then you're able to make that decision.
Councillor Girling.
Thank you, Chair. On the basis of what other members have suggested, I would like to propose that actually we do find out what the opening hours are of similar businesses along the Broadway for all 7 days of the week, because I know Freshwaters definitely aren't open that late, and the Fish and Chip Shop is definitely not open that late, and Greg's and the Bakers are definitely not open that late. So it would be useful to know exactly how many businesses are working.
So you're proposing a motion for deferral? Okay. Do you have a seconder?
To my mind, we would only seek to look at those premises where we have put a condition on the hours of use.
And thank you for your indulgence. I really don't think that's right, because at the moment, unless you're going to change the tenor of the report, but my understanding is the report is saying that this extension would not cause demonstrable harm because it's in line with what's happening in the rest of the place, not in line with those on which conditions have been imposed. And my concern is if we do something which is out of line, we will start a new precedent in which everyone comes to us and says, because they're doing it at that hour and you've granted that as a condition, we should now have that. So it seems to me, I mean, by all means separate it out into two categories if you like, but it's not going to help us much, it seems to me, in understanding your recommendation. The recommendation, as I understand it, is no demonstrable harm because this is what goes on. I want to know whether that's right, because I don't understand even from the ward councillors that we actually know the answer to that question, and I therefore have seconded Councillor Girling's motion, Chair, which I think as a result we should pursue with that in that broader sense, which I'm quite sure Councillor Girling is going to nod he is, that we both intended.
Okay, perhaps we could take it to the vote then. We've got a motion from Councillor Girling for deferral, seconded by Councillor Wagland. All those in favour of this motion, please show. All those against? Abstentions? Okay.